This is my video to give you an overview of my previous cycles trying to conceive to get you up to date. Before we, when we first started, thinking about it, of course I was thinking about it like so much before, I even mentioned it to my husband because as women, like we're ready for that next stage. We start thinking about it before we're actually like there and preparing for it. So I did a lot of research online and all that kind of stuff, and I came across the charting. And I had no idea anything about this before I saw this online. But with my type of personality, I am a organized person. I'm charts, lists, everything. And I like to have everything to go their certain way. And if it doesn't, I don't really settle well with that. Like it has to go, and I have to be organized, and I have to have a plan. That's the type of person I am. So this whole YouTube thing is like perfect for me. Like it gets me all even more organized and explaining what's going on, and I love it. The first things when we first started, officially saying that we would, and I talked to my husband, he was on board, but not just like giddy and excited as I was. They're men. What do you expect? I ordered some things. My basal body digital thermometer to check my temps waking in the morning. So there's that. I ordered that from, I believe, Amazon.com. It was like $10. So I've had this for, been using it for almost 8 months now, or maybe a little over 8 months. And it still works fine. I love it. It lights up so I can see it, And I put my finger over the little button on the back, so it's not going to be too loud for my husband, but he never wakes up anyways. He doesn't even know. I got that. That was one of the first things I got. Another one of the first things I got was this book. What to expect before you're expecting, and I was like totally reading this like crazy just before we even officially started trying, because it was about that, and I was so excited. So there was some useful information, but not everything that you need to know. But I mean, if you're first getting started, I would recommend the book. And another book that I got, which is my favorite, is Taking Charge of Your Fertility. If you do not have this, I would definitely recommend getting it. It's so helpful in so many different ways. I love it. And I refer back to it a lot. I do chart. I take my my waking temp, and I check my cervical mucus. I do not do cervix positioning or anything like that. I just didn't even want to get into all that. Like that's just going to be another thing for me to worry about. Oh, before we started, I also ordered some ovulation test strips online, just the generic cheapies, and started using those. I decided to go ahead and start taking prenatals before my wedding to help with my skin. I was getting skin breakouts because of the stress and everything. So I've been on that for, gosh, a while now. So I'm set to go. I just use the generic from the store prenatals. Nothing special, but it says, everything, that's recommended amounts for you to have. And I take a B100 complex vitamin, and that's also just the generic store brand, nothing special to it. I take that every morning, and I definitely notice a difference with that. I've been probably taking it for a year now. And when I first started taking it, let me tell you, I noticed a huge difference with my energy and keeping up throughout the day. So I will go into a little bit about my cycles. My first cycle off the birth control, you stop your pill, and then a few days later you start your period. And so my first day of my period was March 31st, 2010. And this is the day that I started charting my temps. Like I've been charting everything since then. So that cycle, I was so excited. Like that's all that I could think about was waking up and taking my temperature and what was going to be and whatever. I know, crazy. My chart indicates that I ovulated on cycle day 19. And then my cycle ended up being 32 days long, which is normal. It's pretty normal. That's fine. I could deal with that. My luteal phase was 13 days with that one. So after I had that normal cycle, I was actually kind of excited. I was like, well, maybe I won't be that girl that has to deal with those long drawn-out cycles and her body regulating after coming off the pill. I was thinking, hey, maybe I'm back to normal. Yay, I get to start trying to conceive. So we said that we're going to wait the first cycle to let that, the pill get on my system, and then have a normal period without the birth control pill. When that next cycle started, it was May 2nd. That's our official date of starting to try to conceive. This was a crazy cycle. Let me just start by saying that. This cycle ended up being 71 days long. Can you imagine? Like, if you've been there, you know how awful it is. And if you haven't been there, you are very lucky, and you would probably go insane if you had to deal with this. So finally, my temps indicated ovulation on cycle day 59. Yeah, cycle day 59, that's late. And my luteal phase was 12 days long. Throughout the cycle, I did have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 patches of fertile CM. So, and then the 5th was when I actually indeed ovulated. I did start using the OPKs a couple times, but you know, as time went on, I didn't want to waste them all. I didn't want to do them like every single day and then end up having none, you know, like how long is this cycle really going to last? So I didn't get a positive OPK, I didn't take it on the right day. And actually this cycle, I started using or taking Vitex. I don't know, I mean, I'm sure if you're trying to conceive and you're doing a lot of research, I'm sure you've come across it, and it's supposed to help regulate your cycles, blah, blah, blah. And so I started taking that on cycle day 30. That was our official first cycle trying to conceive, and of course it failed. What do you, I mean, that's, how can the egg even be good that long, right? So yeah, that's cycle officially number 1. Cycle number 2, trying to conceive, started July 12th. This cycle was 43 days long, so still not back to that normal, they say, you know, length. Ovulated on cycle day 31 and have a 12 days luteal phase again. Also, I did get quite a bit of fertile CM in this cycle too, throughout, like 4 patches, but quite a few days, like not many non-fertile days in between those. So pretty much from cycle day 14 to cycle day 31 when I ovulated, almost every day I had fertile CM. I started kind of wondering, you know, something's not right here, you know, and then we're trying to baby dance, and so we're wearing ourselves out, and we're not even ovulating, you know, like, come on. And I've never had this before. I started spotting on cycle day 40, which was 9 days post-ovulation. I started spotting. And so I spotted for 4 days and then got my period. But yeah, that's that one. And I did stop taking Vitex. I don't remember exactly which one it is. I have it on my blog. I have a blog too that I started not too long ago, but it has like a little overview of all my cycles and everything. Cycle number 3 was a 45-day cycle, so a little bit longer than last time. Has my ovulation detected on cycle day 33. And again, lots and lots of fertile CM. I mean, that's good, but I mean, when you're trying to conceive and you're seeing that, you're going to baby dance, you know? So from cycle day 8 up until cycle day 35, even after I ovulated, I was still getting fertile CM. I don't know what was up there. And it seems to be more and more as my cycles go. I spotted 11 days past ovulation, and then I had a 12-day luteal phase and got my period on cycle day 46, which turned into cycle day 1. Oh, I was really excited about this. I started doing my OPKs like consistently this cycle. Took them around 12 to 16, 17, and I was getting nothing. And then I didn't do any for a while, and then I just had this feeling. I was like, I think I should start doing them again. So I started them on cycle day 29. And cycle day 32, I got my first positive OPK. I was so excited. I was like, yeah, this actually means something. You know, it's something new. So we had a great baby dance schedule this cycle. I thought for sure this would have been it, but it wasn't. That was cycle 3.